Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. There's no business like show business.
Sit back, relax.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight, guys.
Showtime, folks.
Is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh God.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Film Game, the show where we create a cinematic masterpiece using just 5 random words. With me, as always, is my main man, Andre Barbat. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
It's good. Jack Eggy,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie. Not very good. I'm kind of cold and wet and I need a shower. But let's go on.
Okay, thank you for that, Jack. We appreciate your honesty here at the Film Game. Okay, so Andre, do you wanna tell us what the 5 words today are?
Yes, but before I do, I would just like to introduce a message from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Pen. You use it to write stuff. If you have to go to groceries for shopping, you can make a list of what to buy. You can make notes in school. It's very useful. You can find it in shops. It has an accessory. You can close it like this. So yeah, buy Pen. And I used this pen to write the words for today, which are much, which is a lot, mean, which is someone who's bad, who has a bad behavior, signal, which is something you transmit, barren, which is a desolate wasteland. It's something that's empty, and interest. So what kind of film can we make out of this?
There's a religious character called the Sas or Das, and his love life is barren.
Right.
Because he can't stop being mean to people, and he just doesn't show any interest in anyone. And so, the other females only signals from, what was that first one?
Much.
Yeah, so they didn't get much signals off his, of the pheromones that he's given off. That's my story. And now you've got a love story right there.
A love interest.
Could this be the first ever Film Game romance story? Could it be?
Oh God, I hope not.
Okay. So what were you thinking, Andre? Any immediate thoughts when you saw those words? What were you thinking?
Well, the first thing I thought about was some sort of science laboratory, which gets, for some reason, signal stuck with me the most. So I was thinking of some team of people who get a signal from outer space or from another dimension, which is barren, and they expect it to be barren, but they don't know why. They got a signal from there, and then they are trying to find out what's the cause of that signal. And over there, they find a fridge on boat. Over there, they find I mean, I don't know. That's as far as my mind went.
I gotta say, I was hooked a little bit. Were you hooked there, Jack?
Yeah.
Have you seen a film called Cosmos, Andre? It was an independent film. It was about these three guys, and they were in a car, and then they got a signal, and it was like the first extraterrestrial signal, and they had to record it and then run to the station or something. Just to throw that out there so that we can throw footage on top of it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about signals from outer space, there's Contact, a film with Matthew McConaughey, and the girl from Silence of the Lambs.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah. Her. And it's quite a nice and interesting film for the concepts it presents, because they're trying to build a spaceship, but there's also a case of human politics, because each country has a bit like a rival, each country has a bit of other intentions, and they can't establish who to build, where to keep it, how to power it. So yeah.
It's interesting.
In that film, there was a rich guy, a billionaire, sort of a pre-Elon Musk, who was quite mean and manipulative. So we could have that sort of character here as well. A guy who acknowledges the signal is from that barren space, but who has personal interests and who manipulates those around him, and who wants to earn much resources from that place. I don't know how, but this is how I see it. That's his interest.
Yes.
So yeah.
Originally, were you thinking of an alien contact signal, or were you thinking something else?
I think an alien signal has more opportunities. I feel like we've already done a science fiction film, or plenty of them already. But at the same time, I don't know. What do you guys say?
I would like to hear Saad's opinion. What film ideas do you have?
I'll tell you.
So I came up with a romance film.
Yeah.
Andre came up with a sci-fi film.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Okay, I'll tell you right after the break. Let's pause and come back in. For the people at home, comment down below what story you would have come up with by now. So, for those at home watching, let's have a little summary here. So the words we picked are much, mean, signal, barren, and interest. We've thought of, a romance of this chap who has a barren date life and wants to, and he's very mean and he wants to improve that. We have another idea of, these scientists hearing a signal coming from a barren world.
What if we combine this?
So I had an idea before about this guy, this hunter, right? This Bowhunter. So he goes into this this forest, which you could describe as barren, right? Kind of the opposite of barren.
I think
that is quite literally the opposite, is it not? Barren. It could be maybe barren of something, maybe. Barren of people.
Yeah.
or life. Life
Okay.
there was barren.
So he goes into this forest and then
Let's say he goes into a forest barren of trees.
yeah, there's so he goes into this forest that has no trees, and he's out there bow hunting. So he's just shooting up deer and that. And then one day he stumbles across what looks like to be aliens, an alien ship. But he sees it from a distance, because he's ready to shoot, and then oh my god, he sees that's not a deer, it's an alien. And so we switch back to our Barren date life guy who has a signal, and it's of these extraterrestrials that are in this forest where the Bowhunter is. Yeah, finish the story.
Did they show much interest, or were they just mean to him?
Yeah, so that the aliens, so that's first contact, and so yeah, we have these two different stories going on. We've got the Bowhunter who's in this forest. Let's just call it a forest, right?
By the way, can I just say, you basically got halfway through a story, an opening scene, and you go, now finish it. You're like, I'm gonna set a scene, and I want you to basically write the story for me.
Yeah, man. So this forest, we'll call it a forest, the normal everyday hunting forest, in like Africa or New Zealand. So he comes across the aliens, and at that point, the first man to see the aliens in the station, this kind of astronomy. Who do you think? I guess NASA. Let's just say there's a guy working at NASA, and then they see that he's like parallel. So he sees that there are aliens. There's something strange in this forest, because there's a signal going on from that area, and then boom, the whole world. It's like an EMP wave. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which blocks on electronic devices, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened. Power's out everywhere. Cars too.
You know ECM?
EMP.
Like
Electromagnetic pulse.
Countermeasures.
The idea was that it's an alien invasion. So they've set camp there, and they've set like this super perimeter where people can't go in with like weapons, with like electrical stuff. But our bow hunter is inside the perimeter because he doesn't have any weapons. He's just got a bow. He hasn't got any technology. He's just got a bow. So the aliens, their like sensor thing, it doesn't detect him. It thinks he's just like an animal or something. So basically, it's Die Hard, except this guy's got to take out the aliens, and he's working with our guy who's working at NASA, and they're giving him information.
But how? I think it's a really great concept. The fact that, technological advancement in this situation fails, and the only way to eradicate them is just one guy with a bow and arrow.
Like the Zulu warriors, except they still are.
Yes, except you want to know the twist. These aren't real aliens, they're humans. It's a fake invasion. it's an inside job. That's what I'm saying.
Here, too, it will have been an inside job. It was internal decay. It was not external attack that destroyed the Roman Empire. Starting about 146 BC, internal conditions in Rome were characterized by a welter of class wars and conflicts, street brawls, corrupt governors, lack of personal integrity.
What if they are aliens, but actually they're other humans on different planets?
Well, that's what aliens are.
Why are other aliens like us?
Aliens is extraterrestrial, so outside of our Earth. So even if they're humans, they are still, technically speaking, extraterrestrials.
Exactly. You got them alien humans. Do you think the only reason we're afraid of aliens is because we know that actually they probably froze up, because that's what exactly when we do certain things?
Technically, aliens have no reason to conquer us. Our civilization, or any civilization, cannot bring any benefits to a larger civilization.
Of course they can. Slavery, man. Resources. Whereas
Think
what we
again.
do to other people on the planet. We should do
Just
the same
think
thing
again.
for God's sake.
Slavery. But if they can come here, that means they can also make robots and automate
Yeah.
them.
But robots need maintaining as well, bro.
Yeah, but they can work 24/7, and they only need energy. They don't need like us, different hygiene.
Yeah, but I'm saying you need, unless you're making genuine AGI, you're probably going to need humans to keep on top and fix up the robots. And also, why wouldn't you just have slaves anyway? Because you can. I mean, we
Yeah,
do.
that's a good point.
Until literally only like 100 years ago, we still had slaves, just because, probably don't know, probably still, in some countries.
Yeah,
still
but
have-
we didn't have robots.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, back then.
And also, if they made robots so advanced that we didn't need like human interaction or alien interaction to fix them up or maintain them, then they'd basically be like sentient, which means basically they'd probably get overrun. Damn. And probably I would say still benefit from just having a little slave. It's like a little pet, man. Why wouldn't you just have a little pet that could be like a comedian to me?
Yeah, but there's a difference between a slave and a pet. Like, do you put your cat to work? Do you make your cat do anything for its existence?
No,
Or
we
you just put
have all other animals. If they can do stuff, then they will do stuff. We have a pet horse, but it can ride. You can ride it, then people do ride it.
Yeah.
I can't ride a cat, but if it could fetch me biscuits or something or clean up, then I'd get it to pro clean up. Point is, if aliens came here, right? If I came to this world and I saw Saad or you, I'd make you slaves, bro.
Well, the thing is, Neil deGrasse Tyson said that humans never declared war or tried to conquer ants, and that's how it might be with aliens and us. But there are plenty of children who burn ants.
So this is the Bowhunter story. So basically, like on all the news stations, it's announced the aliens have a press conference and they're saying, we're going to take over the world. Wait, how else would they speak?
No, that's pretty much how most aliens would speak.
So everyone's like panicking. And then, the guy in NASA, he sees where they're at. He's like a junior apprentice at NASA. So he's in the background. But yeah, he somehow figures out there's a bow hunter there. And then the bow hunter, so like all these, they send military planes and stuff to go attack the aliens or something. Because they've attacked, they've taken out like the first ever Nando's, they've blown it up. And the people are going crazy. So they send in the army, they send in Jack.
And I say, get up for it. I'm going back home. I'm not saving you people because some aliens blew up a Nando's.
Except the leader of the army is a big fan of Nando's. So, they send in the jets, was it RAF? And the army are standing on top of the jets, and they go attack the forest of aliens, but they go in and they go because there's this big perimeter,
Honestly, I would love to show this video of how you just described the military to someone in the army.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
so
sense.
the Navy, they come up from the water and then they swim to the outside of the alien forest, and then they punch it and then they get electrocuted. you know. But our guy, the Bowhunter, is inside it, right? And he takes out one of the aliens, you know, in Die Hard style. And
What's
then
Die Hard?
what? So he takes out one of the aliens, right? Because he does jujitsu. And you know, he breaks its arm, and then he opens it up, and then he keeps opening up the skin, as we see him do before, because when he cuts up the deer. So it's we're throwing back to the beginning of the film where he has this fight with the deer, except now he's having a fight with this alien thing, and he opens it up.
I'm not being funny, but it's hardly a fight if he's just slaughtering a deer. He just cut over a deer.
Yeah,
it's a real hard fight.
That's more the ending. So it starts off with the deer, like he smashes him, he punches him, and then in the end he kills the deer.
The deer is punching him back, is it?
So you know, so yeah, at this point he's taken out the alien, and then he realizes, wait a minute, this is not an alien, and he keeps cutting it, and then he opens it up, and then it's a human inside this like protective armor type of thing. And he's like, what? And then everyone at home is watching and they're going like, what? And so the junior apprentice at NASA is actually the son of the Bowhunter. And
right. I'm gonna have to stop you there. It's my dinner time. So I'm gonna have to love yous and leave yous.
Yeah. Before you leave, I just wanted to share an idea which I think you enjoy as well. For some reason, when Saad was talking about killing deers, it made me think of Upali and her country, Nepal, in which there is a festival where they kill live goats.
Yes.
And it reminded me of that for some reason, I don't know why. And I'm thinking, what if he's actually Nepalese and he gained the ability to kill and jiu-jitsu and all that kind of stuff from that festival for which he trained. And because he's so good at killing goats in the Nepalese festival, he's able to kill the aliens.
I mean, it has a believable premise, to be fair. A bit of that one, but
it's an authentic premise.
Yeah, exactly. It has some sort of origin.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but unfortunately, Jack is dealing with a lot of things right now, and he can't commit that much to the podcast currently. He's got a lot on his mind, like breathing air, eating food, moving his legs and the arms, digesting, and because of this busy schedule, he can't commit as much to us. But we are still thankful for how much he's committing, and we are hoping to get more of his very busy schedule in the future. So yeah, going back to the Nepalese bowman, it's good. I mean, like there's an alien invasion, and it's, in order to defeat them, it's up to the guy you'd least expect to be there, just a guy with a bow and arrow.
Yes. We can make it a father-daughter thing. So the daughter is the junior apprentice at NASA, and she's trying to communicate to the father. Maybe there's family issues going on, and how does he communicate to her and he says, they're not aliens, they're humans.
Well, if we're gonna go the naturalistic side, you know, Indians, American Indians, they have that system of communicating with smoke. Do you know it?
No.
Like they make fires and they put they cover the fire with a blanket and they take it out, and it's sort of a Morse code. And they, with that blanket, they control the flame, the smoke that goes up into the air. And people from far away, they can see that smoke and they can interpret the smoke, you know, the pattern of that smoke. So he could do the same.
Yes. So yeah, so she somehow figures out the smoke signal. Yeah. So they're like maybe the junior apprentice and a bunch of scientists and a bunch of engineers at NASA. They go to the site, the alien forest site, to communicate with the aliens or something. And the aliens are just beating them up, or they can't get through the gate or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she sees the signal. She goes off because like they're not treating her very well. They're very mean to her because she's like a junior. You know, they're like, go get us some coffee, and you know, there's no coffee in the forest. So she has to go out, find some coffee beans. And on that journey, she finds, you know, smoke. How would smoke get out of the perimeter? Let's say they've made a dome.
It doesn't have to get out, it just goes up. And the higher it gets, the more people can see it.
What does the
It's
smoke?
like a skyscraper.
Is the smoke like a language? Or is it just saying, hello, I'm here?
No. It's like a Morse code. I mean, he can say, I don't know. He could say they are humans.
Yes.
But the other scientists, they don't know it's something coded because it's quite, they don't expect it to be like, they don't know there's someone inside.
Yes.
But his daughter, she sees the smoke and she remembers her father training her to read that.
Yes.
And she instantly recognizes the code. And she says, yo, that's my father over there.
Yes. And then, you know, she tells some of them, and then it goes up to the higher people. Turns out the higher people are part of the inside job to take over the world.
Yeah.
I say it's this group who are trying to, who are pretending to be the aliens. Let's call them. Bottle.
What's the mission?
Just a name, just like a cool sounding name to call the group.
Yeah, but what's this group about?
They just want to take over the world, you know.
Oh, I see.
So they're using the alien invasion to gain power. Yeah. It's basically like Hydra, your Illuminati. But like
Illuminati. Yeah.
They're trying to get us to believe in aliens so they could fake an alien attack, so that'll usher in the New World Order. Because what happens if the aliens...
So yeah, so she tells all the higher ups, and then they try and shut her down. They like lock her up or something maybe, and then she's got to fight her way out of it. Yes, and she does kung fu. And then meanwhile, our guy is taking out all the aliens at the alien HQ. And then the ending could be the alien president giving a speech. And then he shows up behind them, and then he takes them out and lifts up the mask and says, "They are human."
I just had the craziest idea.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, yeah, I definitely agree with what he said, but just to add a bit more, when his daughter is locked and she wants to escape, she doesn't know how to fight. And she tells to herself, I only know how to kill goats in the Nepalese festival. I don't know how to fight people. But then she remembers her father telling her, see what you want to see. You can train yourself to see whatever you want to see. And then she realizes that she can see the gods as some humanoid goats. And then she proceeds to beat each and every one of them and successfully escape.
Yes. And yeah, father and daughter reunited. They save the world. They expose this hidden group. Let's call them the correctors. Let's say that. The correctors.
Yeah.
So they expose the so-called correctors and bring back truth to the world. And yeah, father and daughter reunite. You know, they were estranged when he was a kid. No, when she was a kid, he would just make her, you know, kill goats. But you know, she wanted to work for NASA. But now they see both interests are, you know, aligned. You know, they had different interests growing up, but now, you know, they work together now, you know, synergistically. I think it's a beautiful story. Is there anything else you want to add?
No. I mean, I agree a lot with this combination. Like, she didn't want to kill goats. She wanted to be an astrophysicist, but she realized that in order to be an astrophysicist, you have to learn to kill goats. So that's a nice message.
I think it's pretty beautiful. And of course, the bad guys, the correctors, they want much, you know, a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Much corrections.
Yes. And I guess Barren kind of was just the forest in general. You know, it's barren of humans. Or is it? Yeah. So there you go. What do we want to call that film? Could just be Bowhunter, or what was the Nepalese thing called? It's
just the goat festival.
Goat killer. I think Bowhunter is nice. Any other thoughts?
This might not be such a good title, but it could be a joke within the film. Like at one point, someone might say, "You've got only a bow and an arrow." Or this could be a tagline for the film. "You've got a bow and an arrow to save the world, but goat is written as goat. So you've got a bow and arrow to save the world."
Yes. Perfecto. I think Bowhunter is the best one so far. Cleanest one. He's our protagonist. Though Goat Man, maybe. I think Bowhunter.
Yeah, Bowhunter.
Yeah. And it's like the fate of the world relies on this one Bowhunter. Okay, let's get into casting and our director.
Right. This time, I'd go with something even more unusual. So I take a group of people. What main characters do we have? So we have the scientist and his daughter. Who else?
Bowhunter, his daughter, and they kind of have to be Nepalese, or the daughter can be half Nepalese. And do we know a great action Nepalese actor? Or maybe he was just a white guy who went to the festival. We've got them two, let's say, the big bad alien and the bad guy who's working for NASA as well.
So we have 4 important characters.
Yes.
Plus the director. Okay, so for casting, I have quite an unusual idea. So I'm gonna say a group of 5 people: Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Zendaya, Michael Cera, Judi Dench, and Zack Snyder. Now you're gonna ask me who's gonna play who and who's gonna be the director. And to that I say, every 5 minutes in the film, they change characters and also the director. So in the first 5 minutes, one of them will be director, and all of them will play a certain character. And after that, even if it's in the middle of the scene, in the middle of a shot, within that millisecond, everyone changes characters, and also the director is someone else. So everyone gets to play each character, and everyone is going to be director at a certain point. And I think this will add more to the creativity, because people will always ask, what if this guy, what if the Rock directed, what if Zendaya directed, what if Zack Snyder played the big bad, but what if Zack Snyder played the hero? Now they get to have it all in one film, and the poster should be just with the names, and that's it, without any characters. And the credits should be what's the name? Like when they present each character's actor, they're gonna start with Bowhunter, and then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Zendaya, Michael Cera, Judi Dench, Zack Snyder. Then the alien big bad guy, The Rock, Zendaya, Michael Cera, Judi Dench, Zack Snyder, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think this would be an interesting concept. This is just my idea. If you feel otherwise, please state.
I mean, I like the idea of The Rock. I was initially thinking of an Indian actor. So like your Shah Rukh Khan to play Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think The Rock could work as well. He could pass off as Nepalese. And yeah, Zendaya, she could be Nepalese. I mean, and obviously, yeah, Michael Cera as the big bad alien, the voice of the alien. Because yeah, we want to present him as this big guy, but really he's just he's a little man, because yeah. And yeah, Judi Dench is the bad guy working for NASA, for sure. And
yeah.
I think that's how it should start off, and have Zack Snyder directing, and then we start switching stuff up.
With the coming of fall and its cool bracing air, leaves falling, the sun sinking low, I think of the hunt as many before, as timeless as ages ago. Bowhunter, when all your senses are keen. Bowhunter, you can't be heard nor seen. As I creep through the forest, I try to become a part of its thickets and leaves. My senses are sharpened, I'm fully aware I'm a native in nature's own scene. Bowhunter, when all your senses are keen. Bowhunter, you can't be heard nor seen. Bowhunter, when all your senses are keen. Bowhunter, you can't be heard nor seen.
He's got to go to work.
As I creep through the forest, I try to become a part of its thickets and leaves.
So you're telling me that this Bowhunter, who's also your estranged father, is the only hope we have against an alien invasion. Not only that, you want me to believe that this is all an inside job, that the aliens are not real. Why would I believe that?
When I could walk, I could clean a deer.
What?